Andy, come over here. Hurry up.
Give us a chance. Oh.
I was just looking at our wedding photos. Found them in the cupboard, having a little tidy out.
Looks so much younger there. You look
Funny,
about the
isn't
same, but...
So we've been married,
Come on, you can do this.
20, I think it's 21 years this year, is that right?
This year. This month.
This month. Okay.
Don't forget the card.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at them, and then I found our honeymoon photos. And well, we'll just tell you, we went to South Africa on our honeymoon. At the time, Andy worked for British Airways, so we went off on a flight, took a flight to go and see Table Mountain and South Africa. And here's a picture of me in front of South Africa, in front of Table Mountain.
In South Africa, in front of Table Mountain.
Yes. And oh look, here's us. Oh, so we went to an island, didn't we? How did we get there?
We got the boat out, and the boat was going out, and all the dolphins. Remember the dolphins were jumping out the water as we were going out there?
No.
This little boat.
I can't
To
remember
a place called Robben Island.
So Robben Island was the place that Nelson Mandela was incarcerated. So he was kept in prison for 27 years. And 18 of those years he spent on Robben Island in prison. And what were some of the things he had to do, the jobs?
Break up rocks, I think.
Yes. So it was like hard labour, wasn't it? So they had
yeah.
to sit and smash massive rocks. Why did they? I
think it's
don't know
just
why
to
they were doing it.
make gravel, I think.
Yeah, make gravel. They had to do that day in, day out. Do you know, can you remember why he was put in prison?
He was put in prison, I think the charge was something like trying to overthrow the government. But he was...
Naughty, don't do that.
No, especially not on isolation. Wait till isolation's finished before you
don't overthrow
the
governments.
government. Especially you, Lewis. I think he was protesting as part of a group called the African National Congress, which was trying to get rights for the black people in Africa that didn't have really any rights at all. So he was sort of protesting about that.
Yes. So he got put in prison, was sentenced to life, so it was 27 years, and he spent 18 years in a prison cell. It was tiny. In fact, we've got a photograph that's terrible because it was such a tiny room that our camera just reflected the light of the back of the wall. But so it was
a picture of it.
quite shocking, wasn't it? It was quite shocking that he was in this cell and he was allowed out to do this hard labour, and he was allowed one visitor once a year, and he was allowed one letter every 6 months, and it had to be only 500 words long.
Wow.
So can you imagine being on your own or only with your other prisoners who were all black? The white prisoners went to another place, so that was just black prisoners and black wardens as well, who looked after them and stuff. Or
I don't think it was black, I think it was white wardens.
White wardens.
Yeah.
White wardens. It was white wardens. Anyway, so something I was thinking about with Nelson Mandela was, I was just thinking, he had such purpose when he was in prison. He didn't just sit and...
feel sorry for himself.
No, he didn't feel sorry for himself. What were some of the things he did? Do you know?
I think he did it. I'm not too sure actually. I think he might have done some reading.
Did reading. He actually studied law.
Yeah.
And made himself understand a lot of things about his country. So he was really purposeful. And one of the things he said was he wasn't angry about being in prison, but he found that he was able to turn that into purpose, to think about what he could do to make the country a better place when he was one day released. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about me and you. You've certainly been very naughty while we've been in isolation. And you're getting a bit fed up. Andy had to go for a walk on his own because he was getting a bit fed up of being stuck
Of
in
something.
isolation. So I'm looking forward to my walk on my own. Anyway, anyway, so I was just thinking, we can all sit at home and maybe sleep all day and stay up all night and game or whatever it is we're doing. But actually, what could we do while we're at home that's purposeful? Instead of just wasting our days, not really doing much. Wasting your days, not doing very much. Wasting our time. It's great. Watch Netflix, watch Tiger King. Do all of those things. Go on your Xbox. But what could we do that's more purposeful? And one of the things that impresses me about people that are in prison is that they go on and they get degrees and they go on and they study and they make themselves better. And I was just thinking, every day is so rich with hope, isn't it? Hope that we won't have this self-isolation for too long. Hope that somebody might go out and bring us home something nice from their trip to the shops, or what other things are the day full of hope? What's full of hope for you?
I think, I'm constantly hoping that tomorrow's going to be a nice day.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing that I'm quite grateful for, actually, is that it could have been a lot worse if it was raining every day like it had been up till now.
Yeah.
That'd be so much harder. And hope to get some work done without somebody interrupting me and making me film a video. I hope, all sorts of things. I think that's the main thing, is that actually these people that have sort of improved themselves in these situations when they've been confined are people who have kind of had the long-term view. They have that hope for the future, that they can see something beyond their immediate situation.
Yeah. So I think my message to you today is there is hope in your future. There is hope that today in self-isolation and today, whatever day you're facing, that there is a future, and you have a future and you have a hope, and find some purpose in what you're doing. What could you do? Could you tidy your bedroom and declutter your room? Could you, do some drawing, do an online course, find a free course. There's absolutely masses out there that you can do that is self-improvement. There's masses. Andy's doing a course. He's doing a course, starting a course on social media, a free course that we saw advertised. So he's going to have a go at that today. But we're looking at things that how can we improve things for Wings Southwest while we're at home. And our message to you is that today is full of hope, and you can go on and you can have hope and you can have a future, and there is a future for you, and there is purpose in today. So see what you can do. Message me if you want some help or advice. We're literally waiting to communicate with you. We want to hear from you.
She hasn't got anything else to do.
I haven't got anything else to do apart from cook and clean and home educate the children. Anyway, I haven't got anything else to do. I'm waiting to hear from you. Have a great day. Have a day full of purpose. See ya.
Bye.